Hello, how are you? As you know, the other day, once again, I am Anul. A lot of people wanted to know how do you pronounce it. It is Anul. That is my name. This is on 101 about my teaching skills. If you have questions, if you don't understand anything, I'll be happy to break it down for you. Um, in my other video, Spilling the Tea, I went over the five types of soul contracts and the different soul families and soul groups. I broke that down. I forgot to mention um how do you know you made a soul contract? I forgot to mention that. I'm gonna go over again. How do you know you made a soul contract? So I'm gonna tell you the five types of soul contracts, and then I'm going to tell you the signs that you made one before I go into the next subject. Okay, so five soul contracts is you when you before you got your meat suit. I spoke upon this earlier that you picked your family, you picked your name, you picked everything that you're going through, you picked your family. Okay, so I told you earlier about the five types of soul contracts. These soul contracts need to be broken so you can have the right so you can be prosperous, you can do what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. Because sometimes in our past life, we made contracts, especially if we was like a monk or nun, or we didn't care about materialistic things. We made contracts. Okay, so these five types of soul contracts that needs to be broken and break free from in order to grow. All right. Hi, sexy. All right. So the first one is soul contracts can be a beautiful, loving relationship between people that help create growth, transformation, and even access to unconditional love. It also can be karmatic. Okay. So contracts can help build successful relationships. Okay. Soul contracts can also be a difficult obstacle. Okay. That prevents people from achieving their dreams, their relationships, finding that best friend, or even being successful in business, etc. Finding true love because they were blocked by a soul contract. All right. So the first uh soul contract that we have is transparency soul contract. So what do I mean by transparency soul contract? You are afraid of being seen. Okay, you afraid, you have potential. Everybody said you're meant for success. You hear people give you readings saying you meant to be a self-made millionaire, or you meant to be a celebrity, you meant to do this, you meant to leave a legacy. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up. Okay, that is called a transparency soul contract. You feeling all alone. You afraid to break rules. It's very common agreement that we use to as means of protection. Okay. Also, you have to break a contract with your ego. Okay. I had a thing about soul walk-ins. Okay, things to help you. I broke down on that. I'm trying to help y'all achieve because people perish of a lack of knowledge. Okay. But if you want to start a business, um, write a book, or you need to stand out and do your life's journey, step onto your spiritual path, your blueprint, you have to break that transparency soul contract. Once this contract is broken, many doors of opportunity starts to open up for you. Okay, so some of y'all are supposed to be writing poetry. Y'all supposed to be a singer. Like I said, you made a contract of transparency soul contract. Once you break that contract, and no, you cannot break a contract during taking a bath. You cannot do that. Okay? There's steps to it. You actually have to go up in the courts to break. Hola. I can't really see y'all questions. Okay, there we are. Hold on. Comments. This thing is in the way. Well, anyway, you cannot break a contract by taking a bath, or you can do some is you can do energy cord cuttings, but some you can't. It depends. Okay, so you would have to go up in the courts, okay, to break contracts. Okay, shamans are very good at breaking contracts. Number two is martyrdom, soul contract. You are a martyr. Okay, you took the life of suffering. People pleasing. Okay, that's another one. People pleasing. You can't say no. You a puppet. Okay, being called selfish, all right, is the worst, especially when you are martyr, because when you start saying no because of the energy vampires, they quick to say you don't have empathy. They quick to say you're selfish. It's all about you. Okay, especially narcissists are quick to do that. Okay, so also sacrificing your needs to others, being drained, taken advantage of. This is called a martyr. Some of y'all are born a martyr. Some of y'all got the heart of a martyr. So when this contract is broken free from, you will better understand who you should help and who, when you should help them. You'll know who's going to take advantage of you and who's not. Who's to help and give stuff free to, who's not to. Okay. The next one contract that needs to be broken is the loneliness soul contract. Once this one is broken from you, you will be able to experience the love and support that you've been looking for. Sometimes we've been hurt all the time because you are a repeat offender. Okay. We all come back. For example, if a mother has a child born with a birth defect, that child came into that mother's life to teach unconditional love. Also, the father. Okay. Some of y'all been hurt. So you keep repeating it with the same relationship. It's because you are a repeat offender. That soul contract needs to be broken. Once it's broken from, you will be able to experience, like I said, the love and support that you've been looking for. A lot of y'all need to break that contract of trust. Y'all got serious trust issues. Okay. The next one that needs to be broke is anxiety soul track. The fifth one is loyalty soul track. Once again, hoes ain't loyal, but hoes gotta eat. And hoes need love too, but you need to pick them hoes. All right. How to define signs, how you know you made a soul contract with someone. The first one, you feel it. You automatically feel it in your gut. That's why I said your gut is like your other brain. Your brain, your heart, and your gut are your brains. Energy don't lie. That's why they call it that motherly wit. You get that funny feeling in your stomach. You feel it in your gut. You vibrate. You get around another person, you start vibrating. This person's making me vibrate. Why I feel like all this around this person, okay? Y'all are on the same frequency. Soul group family. Remember I told you in the soul group. Soul group consists of 3 to 9 people. Okay? It could be family members. It could be soulmates, and it could be relationship as lovers. Those make up soul groups. Tower of Babylon, we have soul groups all internationally known, baby. All right? Recognize their essence and you feel it. It's like it resonates with you. Deep sense of feeling for knowing them for a long time. Deja vu. Haven't we met before? I feel like I know you. Those are making soul contracts. Number two, they help you heal. One of your reasons why we reincarnate is because of unheard wounds, unhealed wounds. They help you heal. This is another way you know you did a soul contract. All right. Number three, they challenge you to become the best version of yourself. They always pushing you. And some people might call that being a bully, but you know a bully who's bullying you and who's not bullying you. For example, if I am your mentor, I'm going to push you because I see what you can achieve. And I'm going to push you till you achieve that. That is not a bully. If you've seen coaches in the movies and they said, Coach, why are you always riding me? Why are you always doing this? He said, it's not negative because I see potential. See, some people don't understand, understand what's the difference of being a bully and what's a person that's pushing you to your great accomplishment. Okay. Number three, Once again, they challenge you to become the best version of yourself. Number 4, how do you know you made a soul contract? They teach you important life lessons. And comes up with karmic people. You are a repeat offender. You keep repeating and repeating and repeating, and you just can't get right. You keep attracting the same energy but different person. Okay. Number 5, they show you the path to self-fulfillment. These are the 5 signs that know that you made a soul contract. All right. Before I move on to the next subject, is there any questions about the soul contracts and how you know? Any questions before I move on? All right. Now, we're going to talk about clairsentient. All right. I'm going to break it down to you on clairsentient. This is also going to break it down to, when I get done, what's an empath, what's a light worker, what's a psychic medium, a medium, and a necromancer. All comes from clairsentient. Okay. Clairsentient is clear feeling, psychic feeling. That is where clairsentient is. Okay. It's a powerful psychic ability. I mean, this is a very powerful psychic ability. Everybody wants to ignore this ability, but this is one of the most powerful ones, buddy. Is that everybody want to hear, everybody want to see, everybody want to know everything psychic, but they always don't care about psychic feeling, clairsentient. Okay. It allows you to sense and feel emotions and energies of others. Unlike an empath, which is a gift of compassion and mercy, you could be clairsentient and not have empathy. You could be clairsentient and not be an empath. You can be a light worker. Remember, I said an empath and a light worker are similar but different. An empath don't know what's theirs and what's not theirs. An empath knows what's theirs. They can distinguish. Okay. So unlike empathy, which is a gift of compassion and mercy, remember that empathy is a gift of compassion and mercy. It allows you to feel and experience another person's emotions. Clairsentient dives deeper into the realm of the unseen, providing intuitive insight through physical sensation and emotional responses. Now, the downside of being clairsentient is the heightened sensitivity that comes with this ability can lead to emotional overwhelm. You're tired, you burnt out, okay? You dealing with energy vampires, you dealing with the energies, negative and positive, of the world. You're overwhelmed, okay? They often struggle to learn the difference between their own emotions and their own picking up from others. This can be exhausting and confusing. It makes it difficult to maintain personal boundaries and emotional stability. The challenge lies in learning to manage these sensations without becoming drained or emotional unbalanced. With the right guidance, with a mentor is not there to hold your hand. A mentor is to guide you. As I being a mentor, I help my students. We go through different stuff like this. So I help them learn what's theirs and what's not theirs. They need the guidance. Okay. When you get the proper guidance, you'll know how to control it. Okay. So with the right guidance, they can learn to navigate their sensitivity, harness their abilities, and protect their well-being. Okay. Common signs of being clairsentient. A lot of people want to say, oh, that person's a crybaby. You know, why they're crybaby? I'm clairsentient too. I'm an empath too, but I'm not a crybaby. Correction. Empath, light worker. Similar, but different. What did I say empathy was? A gift of compassion and mercy. That is what empathy is. Break it down to empath. Both an empath and a light worker, are clairsentient. So every time someone says they crying, it's because, oh, I can feel. And then another person said, nah, you're just really sensitive. No, once again, everyone does not have empathy. All right. So the common signs of clairsentient: emotional sensitivity, enhanced ability to perceive and feel the emotions of others. This is how you know you are clairsentient, psychic feeling, clear feeling. Empathy involves understanding and sharing another person's feelings. What's the difference between these two? Okay. Both involve sensitivity to the emotions of others. That is psychic feeling. They both involve that. Clairsentient extends beyond the typical empathic experience by tapping into more profound intuitive level of perception. Understanding these distinctions can help you recognize whether they are experiencing empathy or clairsentient. The depth of sensation. Hear what I say. Empathy allows you to feel, experience, and understand, understand others' emotions. That's what empathy is. A lot of y'all getting it twisted. All right. Clairsentient involves a deeper psychic awareness, often manifesting as physical sensation and intuitive insights. Number one, you feel a physical reaction. Family tree. Clairsentient breaks down, empath, light worker, breaks down, psychic medium, necromancer. That all falls into the category of clairsentient. All right. You have energetic awareness. You feel the physical reaction, such as tingling, you tingle, or pressure. Okay, that's clairsentient. You get a tingling or pressure encountering certain energies or emotion. Energetic awareness. Clairsentient can sense energies, okay, and emotions that are not immediately apparent. So you can walk into an empty room and you can tell just because of the imprint of the energy. That's clairsentient. You can walk in a room and say, dang, whoever was in here, they was, they got their freak on. Or dang, someone in here had a heated argument. It's the imprint left over, the debris. Clairsentient people can feel that. All right. You feel hidden motives or past events that have left an energetic imprint. This heightened awareness can provide intuitive guidance and reveal truths that are beyond the reach of ordinary empathy. Okay. Number three, physical responses. Clairsentience can manifest through physical sensations such as feeling chills, heat, or other tactic responses when encountering specific energies or emotional states. These not as intuitive signals. You have intuitive insights. You give your spontaneous insights and knowledge about a person's emotion, state, or situation. I'm going to give you an example. When y'all meet a new person, okay, I'm going to give you the first example when an empath meet a new person, immediately they sense that individual is feeling anxious or stressed, and their response is with, okay, this person, she's scared, he's scared, because you feel it. Empath spirit lets you see through that person's eyes. You feel what they feel. That's why it's called empathy. So you know how to counter react with that person because they spirit let you feel like, ooh, they having a panic attack. So when you approach them, you know how to handle that. And next thing you know it, they clingy on you because you understand, understand them. Okay, that's what an empath. A person that's a light worker, clairsentient, on the other hand, might not only sense the anxiety, but they feel a tightness in their chest. Soon as they walk in, like, dang, why do I feel like I drank the Red Bull? Why do I feel like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You're like, what's going on? Then you know, all right, this is not me. Spirit, show me. then you connect to that person. That's the difference between empathy and clairsentient. That's the difference between an empath and a light worker. All right? You go deeper. You start feeling it. You experience chronic stress related to a recent light event, such as a job loss or a personal betrayal. So when you get that feeling in your chest, that's a tightness, and you see that person, you're like, damn, man, this girl she was just in a car accident. She's shooken up. Where being clairsentient as a light worker, you go deep into it. An empath, you step into their body and you feel. That's why you going like this, but you don't dive deeper. That's the difference. Okay? The next scenario, okay? Example. Entering a room. The empath enters a room filled with people. They might pick up on one of the general moods, such as a feeling of excitement or tension. You walk in the room, you be like, someone had a heated argument. And then you pick up and then spirit lets you know, yeah, that girl, she's about to get fired. They already had the meeting of it. It's like you pick it up because spirit lets you step into them and feel what they feeling. That is an empath. Clairsentient, which is a light worker, might walk in the same room, okay, and feel an unexplained coldness or heaviness atmosphere. You be like, dang, shoot, somebody, something ain't wrong. It was an argument in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You start talking like that. And then you said, yeah, someone got in an argument. Someone about to get fired. Then you dive deeper. Oh man, she stole something. She stole on company policy. She was clocking herself in and other people. You dive deeper. As soon as you walk in, that's not yours. A person that's an empath, you don't know if that's yours because you stepping into that person and you be like, oh my God, is this me? Am I feeling like this, man, or what? You don't know the difference. A light worker, which y'all both clairsentient, but a light worker dives deeper. They know it's not theirs, that they're feeling. That's why a lot of people call y'all empaths crybabies. You need to learn. That's why you can't save everybody. That's why you need to ground. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. There's a difference. Big time. Because empaths are powerful motherfuckers. They can take your energy and they can give energy. So people always want to say empaths are weak because they cry. They be in their feelings. They sensitive. The only reason why is because you can step into that person's body and feel what they feel. And that's how you know how to handle it. That's why you attract energy vampires. That's why you attract people that's very clingy. That's why everybody said, "Ooh, I love being around your energy." It's something about you. That's the reason why, because you stepped into their body and you can relate. A light worker, once again, both are clairsentient. A light worker is like, fuck that shit. Hell no, that's not money. I'm stuck because my Lama Dama's coming in, so you might hear me talk country. You be like, fuck that shit. That's not me. You dive deeper. That's the difference. But both of y'all are clairsentient. All right? Clairsentient, like I said, walk into the same room that empath did and feel an unexplained coldness or heavy atmosphere, intuitively knowing that a significant argument or conflict took place in that space recently, even if there's no visible signs of it. Okay? Historical. So I'm going to give you a historical event. An empath might feel a general sense of awe or sadness responding to a collective emotion associated with a place. Okay, the Holocaust Museum. Empath going there, she start feeling in like, oh my God, she start feeling like the burning, the acid, the children. She start tearing up because she feels it. Okay. A light worker, a clairsentient light worker might physically feel the residue energies of the past events, such as a sense of oppression or sorrow, providing intuitive insight. Man, oh, this person was caught on fire. They burned this person to the stake, because you are what you call, that would be called a psychic medium and a necromancer. Okay, a medium don't always have to see. A medium can see something, but they also feel. A necromancer and a medium together are powerful. A necromancer can call the spirit, and a medium must see it, and both of them together can help that spirit cross over. Them two together are very powerful. All right. So it's like, that's what it is. All right. Clairsentience form bonds quickly, intensely. That's why people are quick to gravitate towards you. Once again, people want to say clairsentient is nothing, because you hear about everybody talking about, but I can see and I can hear. Clairsentient is one of the most powerful clairs a person can have. You must learn to dominate the ones that's strong before the ones that's non-dormant awaken. See, too many of y'all spiritual people want to be like everybody else. You need to stick to the clairs that you got. Clairsentient is one of the most powerful ones, and y'all neglect that so much. Y'all neglect it. Y'all neglect it. This is why y'all attract energy vampires, and y'all know how to handle it. Self-care is very important. You got to meditate. You got to do shadow work. You have to grounding in the shower, grounding with a tree, grounding with your feet in the dirt. You have to ground. You have to have tourmaline, not obsidian. Obsidian is just the doorway, the portal from the natural realm and the spiritual realm. That's what obsidian is. That's your way back. So if I'm a shaman and I want to go to the spiritual side, I would do it with an obsidian, because the obsidian is going to get me back. It's my portal. Okay. This is tourmaline. This helps you ground. This and rhodonite. You need those two. And red jasper. Very good. Red jasper is very good for empaths and light workers, because it repels the evil eye and everything people send to you. When you are an empath and a light worker, which breaks down the clairsentient, you need a tourmaline, not an obsidian. I'm telling you. When you go to a crystal shop, which is a metaphysical store, because most likely botanicas don't sell crystals. So most likely you go to a metaphysical store. Once again, I teach my students about being a human pendulum. That's very important. I will be offering a guided meditation class on May 11th, $15.55 to meet your spirit guide. Doing that, I will teach those people that pay for that class how to work your human pendulum. When you go to a metaphysical store, the crystal has to call you. It's going to vibrate, or it's going to get cold, and it will vibrate. Once it breaks, it did its job. If you lose it, it did its job. You don't go repeat. But if you are a light worker, an empath, which breaks down the clairsentient, you need a tourmaline. You can use it as a necklace or a ring or a bracelet. You need tourmaline, not obsidian. All right? This is tourmaline. You can make something like this into a ring. You can wrap it with copper. You can wear it as a bracelet. You can wear it as a necklace. You need to have that under your pillow. You need to have that on your body. You need to bond with that crystal. You need to consecrate that crystal. The reason being is because people dig it up. How many people come into the store and touch it? You need to cleanse that with all 4 elements. Once again, water. You ground with water. You ground with Mother Earth. You use a crystal also as part of Earth. Tourmaline, rhodonite, not obsidian. Obsidian is not going to ground you. Self-care is very important. Stop letting everybody freaking touch you, dog. That's an energy transfer. Dark empaths, which is the opposite of light empaths, they drake you. So if someone says, yeah, I'm an empath too, and you're so gullible, I'm an empath too, and y'all hug each other, that dark empath just sucked the juice out of you. And you can actually feel it out of your body. That's why when you talk to somebody, all of a sudden, that's how you know they draining you. Okay? Everybody can't touch you. Once again, clairsentient. It's the root word, psychic feeling, clear feeling, breaks down, empath, light worker, breaks down, psychic medium, medium, necromancer. There is a difference. Y'all are not people perish of a lack of knowledge. So spirit got on me and told me y'all need to learn this because y'all fucking up the rotation. Especially when someone says, oh, I'm an empath. Okay, everybody that's spiritual don't like crowds, whether you're an empath or a light worker. The reason being is because of different types of energy. The reason being, you know, when spirits like festivals, spirits like markets, spirits like events, good and bad spirits is there. Portals form. That's the reason why you get drained. If you have the right protocol, you will be able to withstand it. That's why you're supposed to veil. Why are you veiling? To protect your crown. You have the tourmaline to keep you balanced. Cement, sidewalk is not of Mother Nature. It's not. It's man-made, not earth-made. I put it that way. So when people say ground with bare feet, no, not on the concrete, on dirt, on the grass. Be careful, because dogs and stray cats, that's their bathroom. Be careful, because daubers have their nests in the ground, so you can get stung. Red ants. You can put socks on in the wintertime. I ground, I run out, put my bare feet in the snow. It shocks me. I go back in. I don't stand out there and do that. But stop making freaking excuses. I'm really freaking tired talking about, girl, I can't do that. I'm an empath. Miss me with that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Stop. Your job, all spiritualist job, is to serve humanity. Everybody grounds when they go back in hermit mode. That's how you collect yourself. That's normal. You don't stay there. Another thing, girl, when is he coming? Soon as you get your ass out the house. He's not going to come knock on your door and say, here I is. Sitting with your ancestors, you are the altar. But also hugging your tree is also your altar. Number one, I'm really tired of it. Empaths making up freaking excuses. Girl, I can't go to the seminar. I can't go there. I can't go to this. Girl, people, that's bullshit. Everybody ain't be thinking about you. And my whole words is messed up because I'm downloading and my Lama Dama wants my attention. So no telling what's going to come out of my mouth. So forgive me. Stop making up excuses. Everybody, sometimes it's you taking it. Another thing, stop lying, saying you don't realize you're reading people, because that's bullshit too. Mind the business to pay you. Y'all always want to read another person because you feel like, oh, you're spiritual, you can do that. No, stop doing that, because you're going to fuck around and find out. You don't know who they with on the other side. You don't know who walks with them on the other side. You don't know if they are God touched. So it's best to mind your business that pay you. Because when the tables turn, you don't like it. Once again, an empath is very powerful. They can give, they can take. A light worker is the same. Both of them are the same. They clairsentient. The difference is the empath walks into the body and can feel how they feel. You can walk into it and all of a sudden you break. I have where when I do readings, I said, Spirit, I'm not getting them. Show me. Next thing you know it, Spirit will let me sit in their body. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry you got ran through. You had a train ran on you. I felt it. It's like I was there. That has been an empath. I am an empath light worker, clairsentient. So I'm a light worker that's very sensitive. That's how come people's like, wow, you know me. Because Spirit lets me be into that person. But I'm still clairsentient. When I do readings, I'll be like, God, my chest hurt. What's going on? And then I say, okay, your heart's beating. I need you to slow down because you have an anxiety. I knew that wasn't me. That's my light worker part. But I'm being clairsentient. When you see me crying and they be like, oh, there go a Newell crying. That's empathy, baby. Everybody don't have empathy. So when you see me and other people crying when they doing that, and y'all people's like, there she go crying, that's empathy. And a lot of people lack that. They don't have it. So that if they don't have it, they're not going to understand. They're not going to comprehend. Just because I'm crying don't make me weak. When Spirit want me to show empathy, I show empathy. But other than that, I am a clairsentient light worker. I am that detective. That's why I can go in there and I said, wow, you did this, you did that, you did that. Because I feel it, plus I see it. I am a seer. But clairsentient breaks down. Empath, lights are dark. Light worker can also be dark too. It's just called light worker because another reason why it's called light worker, because you're not holding on to other people's bullshit. Empath holds on to people's bullshit and then you're like, I don't know why I'm sad and angry. Because it's not yours. You got to learn to release. If you have an animal, if you know you return home and all of a sudden your animal jumps and the cat is on you and then they go lick themselves and lay down, they just did an energy transfer. They just healed you. What do you think the empaths do? An empath's all white. Meet this person. I'm talking about energy. This person's having a bad day and they all black. So this empath is all white hugs that one with black. This one turns white. This one's black. Okay. And then it goes to another one. Touch it. All that darkness goes into that empath. This person's like, wow, I feel better because they took a spiritual dump on you. And there you are. No one's relieving you. That's why it's very important to ground. That's why when you have a cat, the cat jumps on you, the dog jumps on you, and all of a sudden you become refreshed, and then that dog it's called an energy transfer. That's why I said you cannot help everybody. Stop being Captain Save-A-Hole. I know hoes need love too, and hoes gotta eat, but hoes ain't loyal. Everybody is not your assignment. Stop interfering with people's karma. First rule of thumb, baby. You can't heal a narcissist. What is a narcissist, Anul? Somebody call me. I listen. They having a bad day, I listen. Soon as I get off the phone with them, I go clear myself. Okay? And then say we friends. And then one day I need them and I call them up. And I start talking about this. They said, girl, this is always about you. That's a narcissist. They flip and say, see, it's always about you. You just messed up my day. But they forget that you let them dump on them. There's a difference. You can't heal a narcissist because they flip it on you and they become the victim. That's their karma. Our narcissists don't want to be helped. That's why I keep saying, y'all in these broken relationships, Stop trying to fix a relationship that's not meant to be fixed. Relationships sometimes is karmic. That's why I said everybody wants to be with their twin flame. No, you don't. You're not supposed to marry your twin flame. There's the fake twin flame, the runner, the track star. There's the karmic twin flame. And then there's the soulmate twin flame. Y'all share the same soul. Y'all mirror one another. There's always lessons in it. You're not supposed to marry them. They only there to teach you a lesson. Trust me, the ones that did marry them, their marriage ain't all what it's supposed to be. They lying to you. They want to say, oh, it's the best thing, gravy, baby. They freaking lying. Someone once told me that their mother told them, if anybody's always bragging about their life and their marriage and their children, they freaking lying, because you can't trust a person with secrets. There's secrets there, but they want you to pretend that it's all gravy, baby. No, it's not. Because you're not supposed to marry your twin flame. You're not really supposed to have them butter your biscuit. But y'all grown. Y'all do what y'all want to do. So being clairsentient, it's like a family tree. I'm going to say this one more time for the people that is not listening. Empath and light worker are similar. A light worker knows what's theirs and what's not. An empath don't. They both clairsentient. Okay, that's the first part of the family tree. So it went from clairsentient, empath, light worker. Then from out of the clairsentient, empath, light worker is a medium, a psychic medium, and a necromancer. A psychic medium is the combination between a necromancer and a medium get together. They feel it. That's why you hear people say this energy is like an older energy, or this is like a younger energy. They might not can fully see until, the spirit. You got to also remember, a spirit don't have to reveal themselves to you if they don't want to. If you're not catering to your ancestors, I didn't say pray. You don't pray to no ancestor. That's another thing. Y'all fucking up the rotation. You don't worship them. You don't pray to them. Y'all really fucking up the rotation. If you don't honor them and venerate them, the energy is not going to be strong. And then when they do come through, they use everything that they have. That's why sometimes the room temperature changes from hot to cold. And you be like, okay, I feel a cold sensation. I said, that's an ancestor that has not been catered to. This goes back to another room. You always hear me say, those are your ancestors. Sit with them and get to know them. Because you know what? If I didn't like you, and I know all about your ancestors, and I know you're not catering to your ancestors, and I don't like you, I can bribe your ancestors to turn them against you. That's why I said your feet been cramping. When I scan people, I'll be like, because someone's trying to work your ancestors, because you're not sitting with them. Rule number 2, stop being in spirit's pockets. Y'all only with them to benefit you, but you're not giving up the gifts, the libations. You promise them stuff and then you don't do it. Rule number 3, they have to choose you, baby. And I'm not talking about your ancestors, deities, gods. They have to choose you. You don't get to choose them. Oshun don't work with everybody. And there's a protocol how you talk to Oshun. You have to go through Eshu or Elegba. You really have to go through Elegba to talk to Oshun. Just because you come from a family of devotees that, like your great-great-grandmother to the third power was a devotee or a child of Oshun, she was a child of Oshun. Doesn't make you a child of Oshun. It doesn't make you where Oshun is obligated to help you. Sometimes they feel sorry for y'all. They say, this stupid little human. They feel sorry for y'all and then they help you. Some of y'all are going to the ocean giving gifts and libations, and Yemiya be like, I didn't ask her to give me that. I'm not going to help her. You know, Yemiya is not the only energy, deity, spirit over the ocean. No. Then y'all wonder why it ain't working. You wonder why things ain't popping off. Because y'all following a trend. And that trend is not for you. You need to stick to what you are. Stick to your rivers and lakes. That's what you need to do. Once again, grounding is tourmaline, not obsidian, not hematite. Tourmaline. When you are a light worker and a empath. Any questions? Any questions? No questions? No questions. Let me see. Anybody ask a question? Another thing, y'all wait to the last minute to ask questions. Y'all good at that. Y'all would jump right in my inbox and ask me some questions. You have me right here to ask the question. Do not inbox me asking me some questions, because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to ignore it because I'm seeing that as a pattern. Okay? I'm here for questions and answers. I'm trying to help y'all because a lot of y'all cannot afford me as a mentor. So I'm helping y'all. Y'all quick to jump in my inbox to ask me questions. Okay? This is your opportunity. Please don't let it pass you by, because I will ignore you, and then you're going to say, she's an asshole. I told you I'm an asshole, but I'm a nice asshole. But I have a life. I'm not catered to you. So when I ask y'all, do y'all have questions? I'm not on your time. Now I'm on your time. A medium and a necromancer is called like a psychic medium, because everybody don't see. You know, mediums can see. So you could be a medium, a psychic medium, a necromancer. You can be a combination of both. Other spirits is over the oceans. There's a lot of marine spirits. They share with mermaids. They mere people. They share with sirens. Okay, there's Widget. There's a lot of Egyptian goddesses deals with the water. There's also a lot of Orishas. It's not just Yamoja or Olokun. There's other ones that you don't hear about. Okay, I can't really say all their names. Then there's some that's in Lawaz. It's not just La Serene. There's other ones that's in the same group as La Serene. So you have the Celtic, you have the Greeks. So like Zeus, Neptune, Poseidon, all those. There's different ones, but everybody want nothing against Orishas. Everybody just want to think about the Orishas that's over the water, and that's incorrect. It's not really called a dream psychic. You have prophetic dreams, which means God and a lot of spirits, angels talk to you that way. You can see things. So it's more prophetic. So that's what it said. You have the gift of prophecy. You are psychic, but there's no such thing as a dream psychic. It's prophecy. You have prophetic dreams. Okay. Well, you guess you could say it's that way, but you are psychic. You are psychic. Okay. Once again, clairsentient is one of the most powerful ones, but it gets underrated because everybody wants everything else. Okay? You might be psychic and you have strong internal and external hearing. You're clairaudient, which means you are a gatekeeper. Okay? You are a gatekeeper. And everybody cannot hear like another person can hear. Okay? Some people can see. And everybody's like, I wish I can see. Be grateful for the gift that you got. Soon as you dominate that one and master that one, then the next one is going to awaken. You know, everybody's not born with all of them wide open but except Jesus Christ. Stop rushing your third eye open. Because if you rush your third eye open and you're not doing shadow work, you're going to see some stuff and it's going to make you really have a mental breakdown, psychosis. Just like when a woman is pregnant, there's 3 trimesters. Your body breaks it down each trimester and it lets you know when that baby's coming. It's the same way with the third eye. A lot of y'all are really, because y'all so nosy as fuck. Y'all want to, and then y'all having mental breakdowns. Then you turn around and schizophrenic. Y'all doing all this. Y'all creating walkthroughs. If you check out my live videos, I explain to you walkthroughs. Once again, a medium and a necromancer is called a psychic medium. Okay? Once again, clairsentient. A light worker knows what's not theirs. An empath. I'm going to give you another example. An empath goes into the Holocaust Museum. All of a sudden, the empath start crying because she feels what they went through. She feels everything. Okay? She leaves. A light worker who is also clairsentient goes into the Holocaust thing. They start feeling like their skin's on fire. They feeling pressure in their chest. All of a sudden, like, damn, I feel like this person got hung and then their body was on fire. That's the difference between a light worker and empath. Empathy, but they both clairsentient. Okay, a lot of people think empaths are weak because they cry. No, they have empathy because spirit lets you step into that person's body and feel everything they feeling. That's why sometimes when people get readings, they be like, oh my God, I feel like I want to cry. I feel like I want to cry. Did you have such and such? Did you just lose your mother? Did you just lose your father? That's called empathy. A light worker. Okay, I'm sensing a death. Did you just lose a mother, a feminine energy? You know, did she, oh, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Did she have a heart attack? That's the difference. Tremors is vibration. Okay. You are also a traveler. Okay. People that you see don't go like this. They feeling the energy. They vibrating. They feel the shift. Okay. That's what tremors are, which means you're getting ready to get seen something or you get ready to travel. That's what tremors are. You're like this. You're vibrating. That goes through traveling. Okay. Sometimes you might astral travel, but you don't know how to astral project. You can astral project in your sleep and awake. You can meditate and then you wind up somewhere. When I'm getting a download and I'm getting ready to travel, I vibrate. I feel like my body's trying to come out. Okay. That's a sign of tremors. High vibration. Eventually, you got to need something. Once again, tourmaline will help, but you need something heavier than tourmaline. And that would sort of help you. Okay. So if you've seen the movie Magicians, how the Indian guy could travel. And then when he came back, he was like this. You have that gift. You just have to learn to master it. How do you learn to master it? You have to give your spiritual team free will, your spirit guides. Okay? The ascended masters. You also have to learn to be mentally strong. You have the gift of telekinesis. You can push things with your mind. Your mind is very powerful. It takes training. That's why I'm saying guidance. That's what a mentor is, to guide you. My pleasure. Anything else? Because I will be leaving, getting off shortly. Hopefully you'll be able to watch this again. This is about clairsentient, okay? Psychic feeling, clear feeling. It breaks down empaths and light workers are both clairsentients, okay? One has empathy and one doesn't. An empath absorbs theirs and other people, but they don't know how to indifferentiate which one is theirs, and they don't know how to release. A light worker knows what's to release. Once again, you need to ground. Water is very good. In the shower, taking baths, hugging a tree, tourmaline, not obsidian, rhyodite. There's more, red jasper, shaman stones, chumpy stones are very good. A lot of shamans use shaman stones and chumpy stones. Okay, but like I said, when I'm feeling off balance, I wear my tourmaline ring. Okay. When I'm meditating and I don't have my tourmaline ring and I feel myself being woozy, I think of a tree. I think of me in the water. I think of earth and I ground. Thank you. Good question. That's called psychomancy, which is psychic touch. Okay, which is psychic touch. All right. Say me and you dream. We went to a flea market or a yard sale. All right. And say this was on the table. So you know me, I cleanse my hands, first, and then I touch it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, this was owned by a witch. This witch was not a good witch. Oh my God. And there I am, gotta cleanse myself. It showed me what it was. That is also, it's good with clairsentient, but it's called psychomancy, psychic touch. Everybody seen the movie Wednesday. Wednesday and her mom had it. She got visions when she got it. Some people don't get visions, they get feelings, which goes with clairsentient. So you are correct, Dream. Okay. I am a shaman. I am a bona fide master shaman. When I'm with my students, spirit will lead me to bless my students with shaman stones. I bless my students with shaman stones. Shaman stones is male and female. Okay, but I do, but you don't have to get blessed with them. You can buy them yourself. Okay. But I gift my students when spirit had me to with them. My pleasure, Dream 70. 1444, Asheo. Any other questions? Once again, I do this to help you guys because a lot of y'all cannot afford my mentorship. I'm also teaching my students, but I also guide my students with this. I help them with exercise and stuff like that. So if you are mentored with me, I do help you. I bring it out of you. I will push you. I'm very straightforward. So if you're sensitive, I am not the one for you because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to baby you. No, I create warriors. Why would I want a sissified warrior on my spiritual team? I don't got time for that. If you're scared of your own shadow, I can't help you. Get somebody else to do it. I create warriors. I don't got time for sissified people. Because on your spiritual journey, you have to learn to become friends with your demons. You have to learn shadow work. You have to learn rejection. That's how you walk in your power. I don't do the sissified stuff, and I'm telling you now. And a lot of people say, well, I don't like your energy. Baby, I don't like yours either. It goes both ways because you can't violate me. I know when someone's trying to violate me and try to take from me. It don't work like that. So no, I'm not for you. I'm straightforward. I'm not bullying nobody. And see, that's what a lot of people don't understand the definition of a bully. I made this before. A true soul contract is someone that is in your soul tribe that brings the best out in you. Just like when you in a sport and your coach keep not manhandling you, keep pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. Especially when I was in gymnastics, I had to continue to do backward flips until I can master it. And I thought she was picking on me. Find out I was the best in my group. I was I was lazy because I didn't want to do it. It's not always bullying. So y'all really need to know the definition of someone pushing you to your greatness and a person that's a bully. Because some of y'all be fucking up the rotation. Like when people call empaths crybabies. No, they're not. They had empathy. You just lack empathy. They are working on your ear chakras. Yep, it's because they see your potential. That's why I said spirituality is not for the weak. Every spiritual person want to say they chosen. You could be chosen for the dark. You could be chosen for the light. So when people say that just because you have feelings or you have some psychic abilities, don't make you chosen, baby. Every spiritual person, light and dark, don't like people. They really don't like people. If you really ask a true spiritual person, they're like, girl, I really don't like people. Because you already know a true spiritualist don't. We are here to serve. That is correct. We are here to serve. Our gifts are free. I agree. But you paying for time and energy. And also spirit's time and energy. Just like the preacher man. His gifts, his sermon comes from God. Free. But when it's time for that basket to come around, you paying for that time and energy. It's the same way. Yes, my gifts are free. And what am I doing? I'm giving you some knowledge for free. For free. Because people perish of lack of knowledge. So a lot of people wanted to know what was clairsentient. I broke it down to you. Means you can be an empath, which is of empathy, and you can be a light worker. You can be a light worker with empathy, but you still know what to release and what not to release. So I send y'all peace, love, and light. And my students, there is class today. Peace.